What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Q&A video where today we have lots of questions to go through. You guys, the Dragon Ball community, have been very vocal and I thank you so much for your questions. Those questions that I cannot answer, I will try my very best to feature in the upcoming video. So if you guys have any questions that pertains to Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball fan mangas, any question at all, drop your comments down below and I appreciate the hell out of each and every single one of you guys. So without wasting any time, let's begin with the very first question, that being from Speed Freak Daniel. Hey Alex, I hope you're having a wonderful day. My day could be a little better, bro. I am starving. Just one question for this Q&A, mate. Alright, question number one. Would you rather be a god of destruction and have immense power and have the whole world at the tip of your finger, or be a Supreme Kai, which has a lot weaker, but you can also create life? Thank you. Keep up the awesome work. Hope to see you in WWE one day. Thank you so much, man. Well, this is a question that I also want to pose to you guys. Would you guys rather be the god of creation or the god of destruction? Because honestly speaking, having a look at each role here, the Supreme Kai, I mean, could easily be killed by someone greater than him when it comes to power. Of course, with that being said, the god of destruction's job is to destroy. Well, my job would be to create life. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I would much rather try to lean more towards being the god of destruction. I mean, who doesn't want to destroy stuff, right? You get what I'm saying? So if I had an obligation to destroy a planet or a civilization, or at least do whatever I want, because in an essence, in a nutshell, if you look at, Beerus's title, he can do whatever he wants in a way. I mean, he can't create life, but he can certainly destroy it. And we saw with Earth, he spared Earth, so you don't necessarily have to destroy something, because as we saw, Beerus wanted to destroy Earth, but he didn't do so. So for me, I would have to lean more towards being the god of destruction, because can you imagine that for a second? Someone referring to you as a Kaioshin instead of a regular Kaioshin. I mean, Kaioshins have a very important role in the universe as well, and that's creating life. But then again, it's like, I don't know, man. For me, I just want to see planets go boom, man. I just want to see giant, galactic supernovas go off and stuff. So, I would have to say I would lean more towards being a god of destruction. But comment down below, guys. Would you guys rather be a Supreme Kai or a god of destruction? Would you guys rather be the god of just completely destroying stuff, or being a god that can ultimately enough give life to a living being? So, thank you so much, Mr. Speed Freak Daniel. I hope you have a wonderful day, bro. Now, moving on to the next question, which is from Nocturne. Very clever. Hey, Alex, I hope these questions make it onto your next Q&A video. I watch your videos every day. Thumbs up from MA. Thank you so much, man. Question number one. Who do you think was the weakest on Champa's team? I think that Frost was actually the weakest, since Botamo never really took any damage. Same with Vegeta. Question number two. Who do you think would win in battle between Hit versus Mira? Depends on which version of Mira. And question number three. Who do you hope kills Goku Black, Trunks, Vegeta, or Goku? Maybe someone else. Alright, so thank you for the questions, by the way. And keep in mind, guys, there is no question quote-unquote too stupid enough for me to answer. I love answering all your questions. Now, to be honest with you, who is the weakest on Champa's team? I really don't want to say it's Frost, because Frost was able to withstand Super Saiyan Goku's attacks. And having to do some power scaling math and shit like that, like having to look at Goku during that time, he was really strong, man. Having to go back and look at Goku versus Frieza, Goku was able to contend against final form Frieza in his base form and still giving him a definite run. So I feel as if Goku had transformed into a Super Saiyan during that time against Frieza, Super Saiyan Goku would have ultimately won. With that being said, obviously enough, the rules in this tournament were not to kill each other, so obviously Super Saiyan Goku was holding back, but it's just hard for me to believe that Frost would be the weakest one, because Frost took a lot of damage from Goku, and ultimately enough, he could have died, right? I mean, it's hard to say how strong Frost truly was, but having to see what happened with Vegeta, he knocked him out of the barrier, he knocked him out of the dome. I really don't want to say it's Frost, in my opinion, and keep in mind, guys, this is just my opinion. I do feel as if it's Botamo. Even though Botamo didn't really sustain any damage, I don't think Botamo would have survived Super Saiyan Goku or anything else above that, as opposed to Frost, who kind of took Goku's shots, and he was still able to stand right back up and throw blows. Even though he cheated by using the needle, he was still able to at least do something, whereas opposed to he could have ultimately just laid there and just been like, you know what, I give up, this is too much for me. So I want to say Botamo. Vegeta was really, really good. I mean, we were all impressed by his tactics against Vegeta. But I would have to say in this particular situation, obviously enough, Hit was the strongest. And so thus placing Kaba as number 2. In terms of last place, I'm going to have to lean more towards Botamo on this one and not Frost. Who would win the battle between Hit versus Mira? Okay, well, if we're talking about Super Mira, from Dragon Ball Heroes, then we can't really say for sure because we've never seen what Super Mira can actually do. Nor can we actually, you know, have an understanding as to what Mira can do in general, right? He is supposed to be very strong and whatever, but he's not canon to Toriyama's Dragon Ball Super series. And thus far, we've seen the displays of action by Hit, and Hit was able to contend with Super Saiyan Blue. That can't be argued against. But then again, you have to compare the manga and the anime or whatever. But I'm going more towards the anime version and seeing what Hit did there. He knocked out Vegeta. He was able to go toe-to-toe against Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken times 10 Goku, and still improve during that course of battle. So, Hit, I'm going to have to go towards Hit on this one. If you guys feel differently, comment down below, because I know some people are going to say, well, Mira was created by Towa, and he has all the fighting cells and genetics from all the other characters. Even if that's the case, I still think that during the course of battle, Hit would continuously improve. And how the hell do you combat someone who continuously improves during the course of battle? And if this is a fight to the death, I'm sorry, but Hit wins. Hit wins easily. Why? Because his killing tactics is where his true power actually lies. That was stated by the Kais and everyone else. So Hit's gonna mess someone up real bad. So I think Hit would definitely beat Mira. To answer your third question, who do I hope kills Goku Black? Okay, well, depending on when you're watching this video, I would love to see either Trunks or Vegeta. I mean, I love Goku to death, guys. I don't know where this thing started where everyone's like, oh, you hate Goku. I love Goku. Goku's my number one, but in this situation, Goku needs to move his side. Goku needs to move his side. I mean, yeah, Goku needs to display raw power and beat the fuck out of Super Saiyan Rose Black, but in a nutshell, someone else deserves to have a moment to where they shine the most in this particular fight. So, in a very small way, I do want it to be Trunks. I do want Trunks to have his revenge after killing his mom and destroying his home. But also, I would love to see Vegeta have a crack at it because this is the Prince of Saiyans, and having to fight someone who resembles your arch rival, that being Goku. Obviously enough, this gives Vegeta a chance to quote-unquote kill someone that looks like Kakarot. I mean, he'll never kill Kakarot because he needs him to always improve and stay ahead. So since he can't kill Goku, why not kill the next best thing that looks like Goku, that being Black? So, I would have to say one of those two. But comment down below as to, like, which character you guys want to see fight and defeat Black ultimately. So, anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very blessed day, bro. Now, moving on to the next question, which is from Gregory Douglas. Hey, Alex, you're one of my top YouTubers. You always keep me entertained with your content, but I have a few questions to ask you. Thank you so much. I love it when you guys say that. That really does motivate me a lot, and I do appreciate the fuck out of you guys, so thank you so much. Question number 1. If Broly had the ability to turn into Super Saiyan God, do you think he would give Beerus a run for his money? Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Question number 2. What does the future hold for Goten? Good question. Will he stay a fighter or possibly surpass his father, or will he take the GT route? Question number 3. Who do you think will die in the Black Arc? By the way, I love what they're doing with the Super Series. I personally like the idea of Super Saiyan Rose, and I would love it if Vegeta and Goku had another transformation with purple hair, purple aura. What do you think? Okay, well, to answer your first question, right? God, you know, I don't have an issue with Broly, but I have an issue with people trying to label him as like the greatest thing since like sliced bread. If Broly, by some mere coincidence, by some mere chance, by some mere fucking like just a miracle out of life, if he came back and became a Super Saiyan God, first and foremost, would he give Beerus a run for his money? Now, if you're talking about the red-haired form or the blue-haired form, I'm sorry to say, but Beerus takes the cake. Yes, Broly is really strong. We saw what he did in the movie. He fought, 4 Saiyans and 1 Namekian. He beat the crap out of all of them. He made them look like child's play, but at the end of the day, we had 1 Saiyan who still emerged victorious by punching him in between the titties, and he flew into the comet. So, and then he came back again and got blew away into the sun, and then he came back as Diarrhea Broly and got killed by, you know what I'm saying? So, in this particular situation, if he became a Super Saiyan God right after coming back, I don't think he would be used to the form. I don't think he would be able to control the form. I think that his anger would get the best of him. And I think Beerus is very calm during the course of battle. So I think Beerus would have a greater chance of defeating Broly. Now, Broly, would he give Beerus a run for his money? I mean, I don't see why not, right? But that all depends on Broly's mind state. That all depends on his ability to control the form. But at the end of the day, I still stand on Beerus with this one. If anybody out there feels differently about God Broly, let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these hardcore Broly fans are going to be like, no, Broly beats anybody. He beats the Omni King. Question number 2. All right, so what does the future hold for Goten? this is taking place prior to GT. I really don't like the fact that in GT he was like more like a ladies man, he was doing his own thing. I'm not trying to say that every single person within Dragon Ball Z ought to be, or Dragon Ball ought to be a fighter at heart and just, you know, stay that way. Everyone needs to have personality and stuff like that, so I don't really mind him having a girlfriend and doing his own thing. But in terms of him surpassing his father, never going to happen. So I would have to say he would take the GT route, bro. This dude ain't closing in on his father anytime soon. I feel bad for Goten and Trunks. It's like we haven't really got a chance to see them grow up. You get what I'm saying? Become teens, like Teen Gohan, and just, you know, progressively, you know, just move throughout age and become older and stuff. We really haven't had a chance to see that, which bums me out a little bit, but it is what it is for the time being, of course. Now, to answer your third question, who do you think will die in the Black Arc? Well, it ain't gonna be Trunks, because that'll be a little contradicting to Dragon Ball Z, because Cell came back after he got blown up and blew up King Kai's planet, or Kaio-sama's planet, and he came back and he, you know, blew a hole in Trunks's, you know, chest. So I don't think that Trunks will die. Nor do I think anybody will die, to be quite frank. I mean, that all depends on when you're watching this video, guys. Aside from like the casual humans and stuff, I really don't see anyone dying here. Maybe Zamasu, but I don't really see anyone aside from probably like the obvious Black and Zamasu. But aside from that, I don't see any of our characters dying off, to be honest. And in terms of like Goku and Vegeta having like another transformation with purple hair and purple aura, that remains to be seen. And that ultimately, just it's based on the direction of Dragon Ball Super right now. If they want to go down the road of having another transformation, so. But that all varies, if you ask me. Again, thank you for the questions, my friend, and I hope you have a very awesome day, bro. Moving on to the next question, which is from Dylan. I just have one question. Do you think Super Saiyan Blue Vegito / Gogeta would be enough to defeat Whis? Okay, let's dive right into this. Okay, so we know Super Saiyan Blue is strong, right? We do understand that Super Saiyan Blue equipped with Kaioken times 10 or times 20, whatever it is you want to go up to, is strong as well. Now, can you imagine that kind of power being combined in the form of Gogeta or Vegito? That would be really sick. However, I do think that if Super Saiyan Blue Vegito or Gogeta were to be introduced, I don't think, in my personal opinion, that they would be able to completely overthrow Whis. I do think they would be able to definitely like just throw down and land shots at Whis. But at the end of the day, I think that they might be even. I think they'll be evenly matched. I think Whis would beat the tar out of them, and I do think Vegito or Gogeta would beat the tar out of Whis. We do understand that the Daishinkan, the Grand Priest, is ranked among the top 5 fighters in the entire multiverse system. You know how scary that is? So even if we did have Super Saiyan Blue Vegito / Gogeta be equal to Whis, or slightly above that, that still doesn't mean anything. Why? Because the Daishinkan is ranked among the top 5 fighters in the entire multiverse. So even like no matter how strong Vegito or Gogeta would be, they would get decimated by the Daishinkan. So that's so scary to know how high the totem pole goes on power scaling. So in terms of this, I want to ask you guys this question as well. It depends if it's Vegito or Gogeta, but whoever it is, do you guys think that they would be enough or have enough power to match up to Whis and defeat Whis? Having a look at it now, even comparing Vados, because Vados was said to be just a little bit stronger in the manga. She hinted at it when she told Whis that, hey, you know, we kind of had like, you know, some beef back in the day, and we fought, we trained, and I was a little stronger than you, whatever the case may be. I think it was manga chapter 5 or 4. But would Vegito and or Gogeta be stronger than Beerus? I think so. What about Whis? I think they'll be evenly matched. I mean, we really haven't seen what Whis can truly do, and this dude is no pushover. I hate people that are like, oh, Whis is weak. Whis is not weak. I don't know where the hell you guys are getting this logic from, but this dude is strong, bro. He hasn't really displayed anything, so imagine if he did. But at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, I would have to say they would be even. So, but anyways, Mr. Dylan, thank you for the questions, my friend, and I hope you have a wonderful day, bro. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Adam the Boss. Yo, Unreal, I got 4 questions for you, bro. Question number 1, if Tien Shinhan replaces Majin Buu in the tournament, would he have been able to at least beat Frost? Question number 2, how did Master Roshi become so strong during his fight with Frieza's soldiers? Julia said his power level war was like 140 or something. when he was using Roshi Scouter at the start of DBZ. Plus, he was not training. So how can you explain that he took on an army of soldiers who have at least 2 times his power level? Question number 3. How would you react if Goku killed Black in 1 hit as a Super Saiyan Blue during their first fight? And right here we have, please don't ignore this part, question number 4. What if Vegeta had not used all of his power on Kabe and knew about Hit's time leap ability? Would he have gone out smarter and defeated Hit like he did with Gluto? Alright, well, to answer your first question, thank you for the questions by the way, if Tien Shinhan had replaced Majin Buu, would he be able to defeat Frost? I'm sorry, but no. Tien Shinhan is an awesome fighter. He was awesome in Dragon Ball, like at the original Dragon Ball series, when he fought Goku and stuff like that. But having to contend against Frost having to be in a much higher league, I'm sorry, but I don't see Tien Shinhan fighting Frost. And what pisses me off is that Majin Buu was supposed to be a part of this tournament, and he would have played a very crucial role, but instead he fell asleep, and I'm really pissed off on that. So I don't think Tien Shinhan would beat Frost at all. I'm sorry. To answer your second question, this is a little weird too. Master Roshi, I wouldn't say was OP'd as hell. I mean, he was able to match up to Frieza's soldiers in a way. And granted, they may have been, you know, just 2 times stronger than him. We can't really say for sure. It's Master Roshi, bro. When he goes all out, I mean, he brings it. And so we saw that within the original Dragon Ball series as well. And we even saw that within Dragon Ball Z a little bit. But Master Roshi, even though he was not training, we can't really say for sure that he wasn't training. I mean, he could have done something at some point. But yes, it was a little weird seeing him having to launch Kamehameha waves and stuff and taking these dudes out. But you have to also look at it like these soldiers that Frieza had. They were the remnants of what was the Frieza army, so I don't think they were that strong to begin with. I mean, everyone was having a good time fighting them. We had Krillin, we had Gohan, Piccolo, we had Jaco, Master Roshi. Everyone was holding their own. So I bet you even if Yamcha was there, he probably would have beat the crap out of them too. So I don't think those dudes were strong at all. I really don't think they were as tough as some people would make them out to be. To answer your third question, if Goku by some chance killed Black with 1 hit while in the Super Saiyan Blue form, I would be very mad. That would reflect back to that Broly fight when he punched him in between the titties, and that would be really bad if you ask me. So it's not gonna happen ever. So don't even expect that. And to answer your final question, if Vegeta hadn't used his power against Kabe, needless to say, would he have been smarter and defeated Hit by just keeping his power dormant? No. Because it was his turn anyway, so despite what happens, he can't swap out and just observe. Maybe if he was observing, then sure, he may have had a chance. But I think Vegeta, when it comes to battle, he gets very arrogant, so he tends not to think. He just does things on his own. So even if Vegeta fought Hit last, I don't think Vegeta would win. Granted, if Vegeta had studied Hit, then he would have had a better chance avoiding the Tokitobashi technique. But even with that being said, would he win and defeat him like he did with Guldo? I don't think that's the case at all. I still think Hit would win. There's something about Goku that brings the best out of people, and so even if Vegeta was able to contend with Hit, Hit would have definitely improved far beyond Super Saiyan Blue's form, so therefore giving Vegeta the disadvantage because he would have been on the ropes on that one. But as opposed to Goku unleashed Kaioken times 10, and that gave him a huge advantage, so I don't think Vegeta would win. But if you guys feel differently, comment down below and simply let me know, because this could be argued against a lot too. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day, bro. And with that being said, thank you all for watching this edition of Dragon Ball Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said before, if you guys have any questions of your own, drop them down below, and I will try my very best to feature them in the upcoming episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more daily uploads. If you guys enjoyed the Q&A session, ultimately enough, leave a like on the video, guys. Thank you all for watching. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace.